Hey, Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I don't know if you've heard, but Mint's premium wireless is $15 a month. But I'd like to offer one other perk. We have no stores. That means no small talk. Crazy weather we're having. No, it's not. It's just weather. It is an introvert's dream. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
AI is transforming customer service. It's real and it works. And with Finn, we've built the #1 AI agent for customer service. We're seeing lots of cases where it's solving up to 90% of real queries for real businesses. This includes the real-world complex stuff like issuing a refund or cancelling an order. And we also see it when Finn goes up against competitors. It's top of all the performance benchmarks, top of the G2 leaderboard, and if you're not happy, we'll refund you up to $1 million, which I think says it all. Check it out for yourself at fin.ai.
I'm Millie Mackintosh, and I am back for the second time on Sober Awkward.
The kettle's boiled, Vic.
Great. Perfect timing. Just a dash of milk for me, please, mate.
Here you go. Shall we get started then?
Have you ever woken up on a Sunday morning and said, I'm never drinking again, and then found yourself waving $50 at a barman by happy hour?
Are you wondering why everyone else can stop at 1 while you head to a dodgy after-party with a weird bloke called Disco Dave? If so, it might be time to take a deeper look at your relationship with your reliable social crutch, alcohol.
On each episode, we'll investigate our own dysfunctional dealings with booze and find out if it's possible to stop this deeply ingrained habit before things get too messy.
Yep, we're going to open up a shame shed of humiliating drinking stories to help you understand why waking up from a booze coma each weekend with a kebab sticking out of your top pocket might actually be negatively impacting your health.
Hamish and I are here to delve into what it's like being sober, an unwanted warts and all look into why giving up those cheeky pints or putting down those mummy wines will make you feel happier, help your anxiety and mental health, and turn you into the most sparkly, authentic version of you.
Won't that mean I become boring though, Vic?
Well, Hamish, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm Victoria Vanstone.
I'm Hamish Adams-Cairns.
And this is Sober Awkward.
Millie Mackintosh, welcome back.
Thank you. Is this my third time?
This, I think, is your second time, but you are the only guest we've ever had twice. Unless you are remembering a third time.
My memory is pretty bad, but thank you. Thank you for having me back again.
Shall we precursor this conversation by saying both of us, you were up at 3 a.m, I was up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So we apologise in advance if this gets weird and we have to have caffeine.
I'm extremely tired, about to have my second coffee, so I might get really jittery, and I've got that kind of tired feeling where I almost feel hungover.
Yes. Okay, good. Let's just establish the rules now. I always enjoy talking to you, Millie, because we came to sobriety at a similar time from a similar place. So you are alcohol free. We're going to release this on your 2-year anniversary, soberversary, and we're recording this not long before that. You did not have a problem with drinking. I remember you saying it just wasn't bringing you any joy anymore, so you gave up because it was the best thing for your health and your family. And I thought what I would start with is by telling you a story of a listener that I got to meet in Melbourne. So I think it's difficult to understand the impact of a podcast or conversations that we have, just you and I in your house, until you hear individual stories. So a girl came up to me, she was early 20s, after the Melbourne show, and she said, I first found your podcast because you did an interview with Millie Mackintosh. I've been sober since the day I listened to that episode.
Wow.
And she wanted to say thank you.
Oh my God, wow.
So I thought, that is cool. I
That's
thought I will tell
amazing.
Millie. I thought I'd save it until we're face to face. So from her, thank you very much.
Oh, that makes me feel so good. And actually, just before you arrived to record this, I got a message on Instagram, just a DM from someone saying, Millie, you've inspired me to go sober. It's made such a difference. And I like getting messages like that makes such a difference to me. I'm just like, yes, such a good feeling.
So, like I said, we've spoken before. So this conversation won't have the sort of why did you give up drinking chat. If you want to hear
Okay.
that, you can go back, you can listen to that episode. It came out August 25th of last year. So instead, I want to go a little bit deeper on some of the things we spoke about then,
Sure.
and also a few loose ends that I feel like I want to tie up. Like
Okay.
we teased a few topics that you're like, I haven't done this yet, I haven't done that yet. 2 years in, you probably definitely have done those things
Okay.
now. So we'll revisit those. But I guess the obvious place to start is, how have you found months 12 to 24 rather than the first 12? Because I feel like it does change when you're not doing everything for the first time anymore. You can find you're more comfortable in it. I personally found, it's a little bit less exciting not doing everything for the first
Yeah.
time. How have you found, the second chapter of your sobriety?
Wow, it has been quite a ride the last year of like massive highs and also massive lows. And at the beginning of your sober journey, I think there's actually a phrase for it. I think it's called like the pink haze, or like you're seeing everything with like these sober glasses and everything. You're like, wow, I feel great. I've cracked the code. I've stopped drinking, and now I feel amazing. I feel invincible. I literally I felt like I'd found like the limitless pill. I was like, I have cured all my anxiety. I am winning at life. Then I realized I could actually feel the same level of anxiety without any alcohol, which was like quite a difficult one for me to swallow, because I was like, I'm making this sacrifice. I'm not drinking alcohol anymore. Like, surely alcohol was the problem. And then the penny dropped, and I was like, oh fuck. Like, I now actually need to start doing the work to figure out why I was drinking in a destructive and unhealthy way, and what I was trying to not feel. And yeah, I actually ended up having a bit of a breakdown at the beginning of this year, which I'd been trying for a long time to just cope, to manage the anxiety, to manage what I didn't realize was high functioning depression and anxiety. I was more aware of the anxiety than the depression, but they often do come hand in hand. And I was, doing all the wellness things, like you name it, I was doing it. Literally, it was like on top of like being a mum and working, I didn't really have time for anything, because I was constantly trying to get to like my acupuncture appointment, or fit in the yoga class, or do the breath work, or just do all the things to help me to cope. And I was doing a lot of them. Literally, I had like a full-time schedule of just doing all these wellness things, which were great, but it was like such a strict and like rigid like routine to try and do all these things. And if I couldn't make one thing, I felt like everything was slipping, and eventually all those practices just stopped working, stopped helping. All the ashwagandha, all the magnesium, all the exercise, breath work, CBD, like you name it, I was doing it. It just wasn't enough. And I spiraled into a bit of a kind of burnout, I guess. I don't know if breakdown is the right word. I just couldn't stop crying. I was crying every day. I would go to work and be able to put a smile on my face and be able to just get through the day and be professional, but then I would get home and just cry and be like, I just want to go to sleep all the time. Like Hugo said, it was like I just couldn't wait for the day to end so I could go to sleep. And I was having panic attacks like more and more frequently. Every day there'd be a point every day where I felt like I was dying.
Wow.
And it almost became like normal. Like the anxiety was so physical, and so I had such intense health anxiety that I would I'd feel a pain in my chest and instantly think like I'm having a heart attack. And it sounds so irrational, but when you have such intense anxiety, it consumes you, and you're unable to differentiate between what's logical and not logical, what's like real and what isn't. And I just got to a point where I just was like, I can't keep going. And I kind of knew it was coming. And I had one big final moment when I was at an awards ceremony, and I had a massive panic attack, and it really felt like the one that kind of, I felt like I was really breaking in that moment. Like I just couldn't stop shaking and crying. And the next morning I woke up just feeling so low, and I'd already got some medication from my doctor, but I'd been debating whether I was going to take it or not. And I woke up that morning and I was like, okay, I'm now at the point where I'm like, I really need help. And I couldn't see any other way out of the hole that I was in. So I decided to take the meds, took some time off work, literally stayed in bed for a couple of days, just like feeling horrible. Then slowly got my ass out of bed, started doing the things that I knew that would help me feel better. You know, getting daylight, getting some fresh air, doing some gentle exercise, like, you know, kind of forcing myself to eat, because I'd also, in the intense anxiety, really stopped eating properly and lost a lot of weight. So my body was really asking for help. And that was in February. So I've been kind of slowly trying to find my way back to myself. And after a couple of weeks, I really started to feel a lot better. Be doing a lot of therapy and deep healing, and I'm kind of on that journey, but I'm out the other side of it. And when you've been through something that's so scary, I'd say for a couple of months I was really in quite a dark place, but looking back, I think I'd had that depression, I mean, probably since I was a teenager, but definitely since having the kids as well, it had got a lot worse. It could have also been like postpartum anxiety and depression is also very common and often undiagnosed, because we just think we've got to cope, and we find ways to cope, and we just do when we're busy, and we don't want to sit in the discomfort. So I've come out the other side feeling incredibly grateful for my health, and for now actually being in a more grounded place where I'm able to now do the things that help me to feel better, and able to do the work and therapy to help me to kind of unpack it all.
Thank you for sharing.
Sorry,
that.
that's just quite a lot. I've just
no. Well, firstly, thanks for doing. I was actually, what you've just shared there, you put out in a post a few weeks ago, and I was going to read the post, but I won't reiterate it because you've effectively covered it there. Saves me a lot of reading, which is good. So in terms of the timeline, that was early this year. So you gave up August 2022. So you effectively felt as if you were on top of the anxiety depression for the best part of a year and a half before it came back February this year.
When I actually stopped drinking, I was on medication.
Yeah.
So this is my second round of taking medication to help with my mental health and to stabilize my brain chemistry, which is clearly a little bit affected by all the years of, you know, what I put my mind and body through. And what's crazy is also that when you're on medication, you really shouldn't drink. That I was drinking.
And your doctor didn't tell you that. I remember
They
you
said
saying
you
this
can
this
drink
time.
like in moderation.
Yeah, and that just undid
But
all of the effects of the medication.
Yeah, but I've also never been very good at moderation.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why I'm much better off without any alcohol at all, rather than, you know, the occasional drink. So yeah, this is my second time on medication, and I felt very resistant to go back onto it, which I now realize is really stupid, because these tools are there to help, and there's no shame. I've not really worked on that, and I'm now in a place where I'm not feeling any guilt or shame about it. But I was carrying guilt and shame, and because I'd been on medication before and then come off of it, because I'm into health and wellness, I felt that I should be able to fix this myself. Like, I should be able to, you know, do all the yoga and meditation, and I should be able to, you know, to heal my anxiety. And I really thought that I could, like, I've got to feel it to heal it. But then I was just in so much discomfort that I was like breaking. So I wasn't able to do any of the healing. So the way I think about it now is, if like the anxiety and panic attacks were like the wound, and the medication is like a band-aid over the top, we've put the band-aid on, so we've stopped the bleeding, and then we're going inside internally to like heal the wound from the inside, while the plaster's stopping the blood on the outside.
I like it.
So that's kind of the metaphor that I'm going to use here, to explain how I see the medication. Also, someone else once said to me, medication is like if you're, stuck in a well and you can't get out and someone just throws you a rope, it just helps you get back out again. But you've still got to do the work as well. But it's a tool and now something I see as part of the many different things I do within my wellness routine.
It's interesting. I remember we spoke about identity last time, and it sounds to me like we can be sort of inspired or imprisoned by our identities. If you're going, well, I'm a wellness person, so medication doesn't fit with wellness, so I can't do it. I think it sounds like that's exactly what seemed to have happened. But thank you for sharing it. Thank you for sharing it online as well, because anyone that does that, with a following like yours, gives permission to others to share it as well. And those are not easy things to share. And it's easy to look at you and go, oh, she just has a wonderful life and everything is rosy. And actually, when you reveal something like that, other people feel better about it. So from people that can't thank you in person, thank you, because it's a brave thing to do. And with your following, you're going to get a certain percentage who are going to be lovely about it, a certain percentage who aren't going to care, and then a certain percentage who are going to give you shit.
I think,
and that is sort of inevitable.
Yeah, there
and
are
hard.
people out there that will still think like, her life's perfect. Like how, oh, poor you, that how could you need medication? But it's like, I'm not letting any kind of comments like that affect me now. Like I know that I've made this decision for me, and through hearing other people who I admire talk about their anxiety and using medication, that really helped me to feel okay talking about it, and also to just give myself that like grace, like it's okay, like it's okay, you need this, like we're going to take care of you like however we need, and there's no like judgment.
Did you ever have a day when you were like, I want a drink?
The only times I've really been tempted to think I want to have a drink have been like on flights.
Yes.
And I'm actually going on a long flight later today, and I'm already really tired. I used to drink on flights because I'm going to say I used to have a fear of flying. I'm not talking about myself like that. I used to have a fear of flying. So I would, soothe myself with alcohol. So that is sometimes, I've never like been like, oh, I'm going to order one, but I'm like, I just wish I could knock back like a stiff spirit right now to just like kind of comatose me.
Yeah. I did not know that you had a fear of flying until after our chat last time.
Okay.
I did not know that was a big... I think we actually spoke about it after we stopped recording. I was like, this is a big part of your life.
I'm a perfectionist. I'm a control freak. It's like so out of my control, right? That you can't just get off. I'm actually kind of okay until there's turbulence, and then I'm like, get me the fuck off now.
So what is your coping mechanism? How do you deal with a flight without booze?
So I've been like following Gabby Bernstein, and she's got an amazing app, and it's got loads of resources on it for anxiety, and she does tapping.
Okay, yeah.
So she says she taps between like her little finger and the ring finger. There's like this point, and she just says over and over again, like, I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe. I think everyone has got a different thing that they do in that moment. Heard someone say that really sour sweets can bring you out of a kind of, if you feel like you're going to a panic attack, because
into the present,
the brain like focuses on that. So I'm probably going to buy some sour sweets in the airport.
Nice excuse to buy sour sweets as well.
Some Tang-fastics, or something hideously full of E numbers. And I just, I find music, just, noise cancelling headphones help, because it makes the plane sound like less noisy, and makes my kids crying much less noisy.
Yeah, just wear them all the time.
Wear them all the time. So, and then I just listen to like some really soothing music that I like. I heard someone else say that they like to listen to their favorite like 90s hip hop playlist and like rap all the words.
Nice.
Because it kind of, again, it's like distraction.
I'm just imagining you on a flight. I kind of pitying the person that's sitting next to you on this flight.
Well,
She's eating a bag of Tang-fastic. She's got noise cancelling headphones on. She's rapping, incessantly tapping the sweet spot on her finger. I'm sitting next to a nutter.
Yeah, that will be me with all my like lotions and potions on my face, with a face mask on. I find talking to an air hostess is good. I like to tell them before the flight. Like sometimes if there's turbulence, I get a little bit nervous, and then that I find that can be really reassuring if they just come over to you and tell you it's fine. And also I like it when the pilot tells you ahead of time if there's going to be any, because then you're like, okay, we know it's coming.
The breathing
but also
exercise
just
begin.
remembering, like, I did the fear of flying course, that it is just how safe it is when you really think about how many other people are on a plane right now, and the fact that also the air, it's not like I used to think a plane could just drop out of the sky, just drop. But the air's actually like holding the plane up. So when I learned that on the fear of flying course, like the plane, the pressure of the air all around the plane is like holding it in place. It's like heavy. I was like, oh, I was like, that makes sense.
It's not being pulled down.
Yeah, it's not just gonna like drop to the earth in like a second. I think there's this video of like a grape in a pot of jelly, and you like, and someone's shaking it, and they're like, this is what is happening to a plane in turbulence. And then when you kind of visualize like the grape as being held all the way around by the jelly, that helped me as well. So I have a few little things, but hopefully the medication I'm on means I can't go into I can definitely still feel panic, but in a more moderate way, so in a place that I can bring myself back from.
What I'm really getting a sense of with you is that you are a researcher. So whether or not you're attacking sobriety or you're attacking a fear of flying, you've got like 25 tools that you can lean on. Like you're going to bring a suitcase full of goodies that you can
I've got the tool belt. I've got it all in my bag. If it helps, I've got the CBD roll-on, I've got the CBD drops, I've got the space spray to cleanse the area around me, cleanse my energy, I'm gonna like sage myself before I leave.
Yes, good.
All the things. I've got my crystal in my bag.
Take control of the numbers and supercharge your small business with Xero. That's Xero. With our easy-to-use accounting software with automation and reporting features, you'll spend less time on manual tasks and more time understanding how your business is doing. 87% of surveyed U.S. customers agree Xero helps improve financial visibility. Search Xero with an X or visit Xero.com/ACAST to start your 30-day free trial. Conditions apply.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contracts. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
But what we are talking about here is something I always try and emphasize on the podcast, even though it's slightly unmotivating, is that a lot of people go sober and then they expect that all of their life's troubles go away. You know,
I did, and I thought mine had.
Yeah.
Even my mum said to me the other day, she was like, but darling, you stopped drinking, so that, you know, the problem's gone now, hasn't it, darling? And I was like, I wish it was that simple.
Yeah, it's really not. And what seems to happen, and I think your story is a classic example, is it does solve the problems short term, or it seems to help them or take the edge off them for a bit. But eventually, like, if you're someone that lives with anxiety and depression, you're someone that lives with anxiety and depression, and you can't stop doing the work.
That's why the alcohol was, you know, that was what I was using it to like medicate. I also just found out that I have ADHD. And again, I told my mum, and she was like, oh darling, but don't be upset. It's like, I'm not upset. I feel actually incredibly validated. I feel like, of course I'm neurodiverse, of course I'm special. Like, I'm not seeing it as a disability or something. I'm not seeing it as something that's wrong with me. It's just understanding my brain, and also understanding like why I found school so hard, and why certain things have been more challenging for me, and just having like, again, like more like grace for myself and the way that I am. And it makes sense also with the kind of misuse of alcohol, because if you have ADHD, you're much more likely to abuse addictive substances.
Huge correlation between ADHD and alcohol use. How did you find out? And how did that whole thing come about?
So my psychiatrist had suspected it for a while. He said there's lots of different types, and I did a test, and it was like a verbal test, and there was lots of forms to fill out. My family had to fill out forms, my husband, like all like different, like there was a lot of data collected. And then I also did this online test that was, you have to just sit there and look at like flashing things on the screen and like click, and it was so hard to focus, but I did that. I got a really high score, and apparently I'm in like the top 7% of people who have it. I was like very happy with myself.
Yes, good.
Like, yes,
Always satisfying to well in the test.
I did well in the test. But again, it just goes hand in hand with like, you know, the perfectionism, the you know, the controlling everything, and it really explains a lot of my behaviors. Hugo is already getting annoyed with me because I keep doing things and then being like, it's my ADHD.
Excuse for all strange behaviour.
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
I heard Mel Robbins, who also is like one of my gurus, talking about it on her page a while ago, and then she went through like a list of symptoms, and I was like, yep. And then that's kind of when it started clicking into place, because I'd always thought ADHD was something that a boy would have who was, you know, being really like violent with other kids, or just being really like unruly and difficult. And in women it often goes undiagnosed because we're so good at multitasking. It kind of gets hidden.
I see, yeah. And it's difficult to get diagnosed as an adult. We did an episode on it, and they were saying it's so difficult to get diagnosed as an adult. It's much easier as a kid. So a lot of us with ADHD walking around are sort of struggling without knowing what it's all coming down to.
But I'm not planning to medicate specifically for ADHD, because the job I do and the, you know, being creative, I don't really have a problem because I'm doing lots of different things all the time. If I had to sit down and do a kind of office job where I was like having to like do paperwork all day, I would struggle to do that. So it's just for me more an understanding of like the way that I am.
One of the things you touched on earlier was that your relationship with food changed at the start of this year. It's actually something that happens a lot within sobriety. People go one of two ways. They either, everyone becomes more aware of what they're putting into their body because they're not putting alcohol in anymore. Lots of us start putting in a lot more sugar, or people start putting in less food because they're just hyper aware of everything. When did you become aware, oh God, hang on, my relationship with food has changed? And what do you think caused it?
My relationship with food, I think, to be honest, has been like, I'd say it's changed over the years, but I think being in the public eye as well, there is a pressure. And it wasn't till I'd always kind of been of the same size. It wasn't till after I had my daughters, when my body had changed so much and I'd put on weight. Obviously I was pregnant, but you know, even after pregnancy, when you're breastfeeding and at home a lot more, not moving around as much, I put on a lot of weight. And when through the process of losing the weight, I think I did start to see food differently, because it became about being, you know, restricting in order to lose weight. And I think I'm having to work towards now finding food freedom, which for me is eating what I want when I want, but doing it in a way that's like, I love and respect myself. So I am choosing to eat this food because it's nutritious and it's good for me, but also I find it delicious and want to eat it. And it's the balance of not eyeing up food and just seeing it as calories or macros, like I should eat that much protein and you know, and actually being like, this is just delicious and I want to eat it, but also if this isn't particularly nutritious, fuck it. Like I'm just being more like free with what my body feels like it's telling me it wants and needs.
Did going alcohol free change that at all? Was this long before alcohol was even part of it?
I think going alcohol free makes you really, like, you know, when people talk about you can become sober from alcohol or other substances, but then you can become like emotionally sober afterwards, and you have to look at your life and all the areas of your life where maybe these unhealthy behaviors are. And I've seen it, I've noticed that I used to kind of binge on unhealthy stuff when I didn't want to feel. So family bag of of some kind of crisps, like a big thing of sweets, just you know, trying to get like eating a lot of things, like really like kind of quickly and just like getting it in and kind of enjoying it, but then afterwards like hating myself.
Sure. Yeah. Everyone knows the feeling.
Yeah. And when I was hungover, I used to do that a lot more when I was treating myself to hangover, whatever it was, something greasy, some massive pizza and whatever else. But I kind of told myself it's okay because you're not drinking alcohol now, so you can still have you know, these naughty foods because you're not having all the like alcohol calories. But it's taken me a while to realize what I was using the food for. So it's like you can use food to numb. I'm trying to have more awareness of what's happened when I want to do that. And I'm doing it less and less. And I wouldn't say it's something I'm even really doing anymore because I've become aware of that horrid feeling I get afterwards.
Have you found in your second year of sobriety that you're figuring out who you actually are a little bit more? Because a lot of people are like, I thought I was an extrovert, then I went sober and I'm not. Or like, I thought I liked trance music, but when you're sober, that stuff's crap. Is there anything you sort of figured out that you didn't know about yourself?
So this year I've really discovered I like my own company, and I like to like take myself out for a date.
Okay, tell me more.
It's like also it's really a lot for me about connecting with the inner child, and I've been doing lots of inner child work. So I'm like, you want to go for an ice cream? I'm like, let's go for an ice cream. Great. Like, I'll take you for an ice cream. Go get an ice cream. Or one of my favorite like snacks is like an acai bowl. Yeah. You know, I love my wellness things, but it is delicious. It's like it's my favorite kind of like healthy snack.
I hear you.
And there's a place near where my therapist is. So before a therapy session, I go and sit and have my acai bowl. Just take myself for a little date, and it's really nice. And I'm just quite happy, just in my own head, in my own thoughts, without like reading or, you know, being on my phone. And just don't, you know, before I'd always have to like be on the phone to a friend or be watching something on my phone, but just I'm good. Okay,
that's quite sweet. I like that. Yeah, I've got the same with the acai bowls. The one thing, we've just moved from the Sunshine Coast. Lots of good things about the Sunshine Coast, but our local acai bowl place, which was so ordinary looking, it was outside like a huge supermarket. Yeah. It was a little, like a kiosk, the greatest acai bowl in the world. And Liz and I were like, we're off sugar, but every Saturday, so I work Saturday mornings at the radio, I'll come back and I'll pick us up. I think acai's full of sugar, which is maybe why it tastes so good.
But isn't it just like from fruit?
Yes.
Don't ruin it.
I will not ruin acai bowls for you. And if you're combining
I don't want to know.
If you're combining it with therapy, that's habit stacking. We are pro habit stacking. Yes. I am not going to get in the way of you and your acai bowl. It's like one of the things that I'm going to miss the most about the Sunshine Coast.
I'm sure they have good acai in
I know, but I've got to do some research. Like, I'm happily to do. I think
I should come to Sydney and do a tour of all the acai places, and I'll tell you the rest.
Yes. Well, I recently heard the phrase food safari, which I love as an idea. So come to Sydney, do a food safari with us, and we'll find the best acai.
I haven't been to Australia for years. I'm really feeling a calling to come.
Yeah, I remember. I think our last chat ended with you saying I need to do it, but flights and children on flights. But yes. Yeah,
we haven't flown quite that far yet. We're about to do a 10-hour flight tonight, but
if you can do 10, you can do 24. Okay. Dancing. This was a loose end from last time.
Okay.
So you were about to go to a wedding last time. I had encouraged you to do the dancing in the dark, to do what was it called? No lights, no lycra. There was a few little things. I've just done my 7th sober wedding. I've got an 8th this coming weekend. Wow. But it's not about me. I want to find out where you're at with it, because you did tell me last time you can't even watch musicals because they give you the yips a bit. Yeah. Where are you at? Are you dancing?
I saw a quote on Instagram and it said something about if you can dance by yourself, sober in public, you're truly comfortable with who you are.
Love it.
I was like, it's so true. And I can now safely tell you that I can dance comfortably in front of people.
Yes.
Semi-comfortably. But I actually haven't managed it at a wedding. However, I have been to quite a few ecstatic dance classes. I found one I really liked at a yoga studio in Notting Hill, and it's on at the first Friday of every month. And I really enjoy it. I've missed the last couple because I just haven't been here on that first Friday. I really like going with a friend. I've made a few new friends and a few people that are really into it. Sometimes go and get an early dinner first, or just go and, just have a cup of tea and then go. And then afterwards there's like a social with like chai tea, and you kind of chat to everyone. And
Like it.
And I find it easier to get straight into it now without that kind of awkwardness at the beginning. But I notice, like, even in my work, like when I'm doing shoots and I'm having with my movement, how I am in my body, I'm more comfortable. And I was doing a shoot the other day for like Christmas. It's summer right now, but this is what happens. And I was dancing
burst
around.
the bubble. Don't burst the
Okay,
bubble.
so I was dancing around a Christmas tree, and I had to dance, and it wasn't, as uncomfortable as that would have been for me.
Yeah. I mean, that is more uncomfortable than a wedding. Like dancing in front of a room full of people that aren't dancing, who are taking photos. That is a challenge. You need to give yourself some credit. That's better than wedding dancing.
But so, just to go back to the ecstatic dance, it's people are probably like, what is that? It's like a kind of yoga way of dancing. So you're just in your body, moving however your body wants to move to the music. Some people just stand and sway. Some people are like going for it. You don't talk to anyone. You don't touch anyone. You can dance with someone, but you have to ask them, and they can say no. You do it with hand gestures, and you know there's no right or wrong. You just do however you feel cool to move to the music. There's a different one called 5 Rhythms, where you move in 5 different rhythms, different like kind of tempos of music, which I actually did at a retreat and loved it, but I haven't gone to one in London. But it's just, for me, it's like it's so freeing, and feeling, after years of feeling that dancing in public is just to look sexy in front of a guy, to look like hot and cool. Like, it's not about that. Like, this is actually just about being present in my body and allowing my body to kind of allowing the music to like move through me, and it's a really beautiful experience. Yeah, it's very grounding.
It's such good advice that there are easier ways to take baby steps back into dancing as a sober person. Ecstatic dance, 5 Rhythms, those are brilliant ways to do it.
And the first few times I did it, I closed my eyes and I just stood in the corner and like swayed, and that's fine.
Yeah. I had a guy at drama school who I always have immense respect for. He would get his headphones on. It was his form of meditation. He was like, I can't just sit and think, but I can dance meditate. So in the middle of like the class, during like lunch break, it'd be 100 of us eating, headphones on, and you would just rave basically for an hour.
Awesome.
Oh, he was in public, eyes closed, just going for it. Amazing.
I know, but you've seen probably someone in a park before.
And you think they're mad.
You'd be like, what are they doing? I get it. I now get it. Yeah. I'm now the person who might be doing that in a park / also hugging a tree.
The final thing before I get there, another little lesson that I learned having done these weddings is actually, if you're in a wedding with people that you know that there are certain people who energize you being in their presence. Yes. So what I did at the last wedding I went to, if ever I was feeling a dip or feeling self-conscious or feeling like this isn't my song, I would go to those people. I'd had like 4 of them on the dance floor and dance near them.
So true.
And then you're re-energized and go again. And I danced. It was my best mate's wedding, so it was.
I think when it's like your best friend's wedding, 100%. I was at a wedding the other day where people were drinking and they weren't like my really close friends. Yes. And I was like, do you know what? I've had a lovely time. I'm now gonna go. And it was just, I felt like I didn't have any guilt about it. I was like, I don't need to make myself dance just because I'm at a wedding. Everyone was then like, the cocktails are being passed around. I was like, nope, this just feels like my time to go. Yeah. When everyone starts nailing the espresso martinis, like, I'm out the door.
Yes, I'm with you.
But if it was my best friend's wedding, I would be there all night because I'd want to be there with her. So it just, depends. And also in another year, I'll have done a lot more dancing, so we'll see next summer. Yeah, and that is the sober person superpower. It is leaving the party when you want to leave. We get so much of our life back. Also, having kids is such a great excuse.
Yeah, always blame the sick kid.
You blame you don't even need an excuse. Like, I've got kids, gotta go.
Yeah, it's so good. I just want to finish on asking you. Last time we spoke a lot about identity and how you'd had all these different identities, like we all have through our life, and then alcohol-free becomes like a huge part of all of our identities. This time, I instead want to talk about purpose. So you've got this big following, and now just through being sober and being vocal about sober people, like you had this morning, reach out to you and say, hey, you're one of the reasons I go sober. What do you see as your purpose? What do you want the next chapter of your life to look like, or the legacy that you leave for your kids or people that follow you online?
I just want to help people.
Mm-hmm.
I want to inspire others. I want to help anyone that has felt any of the ways that I've felt stuck or trapped or helpless, hopeless, stuck in that horrid cycle or that kind of anxiety shame spiral of, what did I do last night? What did I say? Why did I do that? I only wanted to have one. Oh, and that I've been there so many times. Like, I know how it feels. But you can change. You can make this change, and it feels so scary, so sticky, so heavy, and just impossible. But you just don't know until you try. And then I don't think anyone can ever say they've regretted stopping drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just try it. Stop drinking for, set yourself a goal. A month, 3 months, 6 months. You're not going to look back and think, I wasted that 6 months not drinking.
Yeah.
Just like, you can go back to drinking if you want. Just like, give it a go.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I definitely feel like a calling to talk about my experiences, and although it's uncomfortable, to be vulnerable, and through that vulnerability sharing these awkward and embarrassing stories, talking about these things which have the shame and stigma around them, to help reach someone and help them to feel like they can get help, and that it's okay, and that they're going to be okay, and for them to realize the future can be a lot brighter for them. Mm-hmm. If I can help even one person to make the changes that I have and change their life, then I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
But hopefully this will reach many more.
Yeah. Well, you're doing it, Millie. You're doing it. You've been a huge help to Vic and I in growing the podcast. Huge help to people who are listening, like that girl in Melbourne. So yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. But what I would say, you're smashing it.
Thank you, everyone who's listening, and I really love hearing from you. So yeah, just please drop a comment, DM me, come up to me in the street, give me a hug. I want to say hi. I want to hear from you.
Amazing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
If you're questioning your relationship with booze, you're struggling to moderate, or your hangovers are causing anxiety, it might be time to reach out for some support.
Yeah, just talk to a mate about how you're feeling, contact a local doctor, find an AA or sobriety group. Vic's got one.
Yeah, just head to www.cuppa.community.
Remember, if you're questioning yourself, it might be time to seek support.
Even though this journey can be awkward, it is definitely worth it. And if you've enjoyed the Sober Awkward podcast, don't forget to review it, rate it, and share it with your mates.
They have to share it with their mates?
Yeah, of course they do. I'm not doing this for nothing, Hamish. Bloody hell.
How do they share it?
I don't know, just write it on the...
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
Hey guys, let me let you in on a little secret. I've obviously turned staying into bed into an art form. It's my happy place. It's my shopping sanctuary. And honestly, it's the perfect place to hang out with all my favorite people. So join me and some of the most interesting people I know for shopping, some laughs, and maybe a few secrets, all from the comfort of my bed. The best part, you can watch from your bed. My show, In Bed with Paige DeSorbo, returns Monday, November 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Amazon Live. Just open Prime Video on your TV and search Amazon Live to cozy up. Because why get out of bed if you don't have to?
So, as you probably know, my comedy memoir, 1,000 Wasted Sundays, is officially out. All my magnificent fuck-uppery in one awkward hit. If you'd like to get your hands on a copy, it's now available from all good bookstores.
We always say all good bookstores, don't we?
Yeah.
Are there bad bookstores?
No, it's probably ones with moody sellers.
Oh yeah, really depressed librarian folk.
Yes,
okay,
good. So there are probably some, but we're only storing it in the good ones.
It's only made it into the goodies.
You can also get it from all good online retailers. The print version and ebook are out now, and the audiobook will be available in March. I've been writing my memoir for 5 years. It will make you laugh, cry and cringe, and hopefully inspire a few people to reconsider their relationship with booze. If you love the podcast, then I think you'll love the book, even if I do say so myself. Hamish has read it. What did you think?
I feel like I know a little bit too much about you now, to be honest, Vic. Look, I really loved it. It was hilarious and surprisingly moving, but I feel like I've seen you naked in a literary sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah. From an emotional point of view, seriously, it wobbled my teeny weeny wooden heart, Vic.
Okay.
My teeny little wooden heart.
Well, his wooden heart is broken. Anyway, so if you do manage to get your filthy mitts on a copy, please do me a favour and head to goodreads.com and give me a review. Doing that will help me get it out there to those that need a bit of sober support. So there you have it. My story, unwanted warts and all. Come and get awkward with me.
Not to be too demanding or anything, but seriously, go and buy it now.
Yeah, go and buy it right now.
Yeah, don't just tell your friends, buy it, and then buy your friends one or two.
Yeah, don't give them a copy, buy it. Yeah.
And you know what? Don't be careful where you store it. If you lose it, you can always buy another 5.
Buy another one.
Yeah.